I think Harstem in general gets beat by HeRoMaRinE. Proof is right there. And I think that HeRoMaRinE's dominance in this tournament and the way he's been playing, in particular, the last few tournaments, the way he's been looking there is just absolutely fucking brutal against Protoss players. Like, oh my god. We'll see if it happens again. Maybe Harstem's unique style of PvT can finally get him a win over this guy in the top right. It is the big Gabe himself, winner of most of the European Online Cups. I say that pretty confidently. It is HeRoMaRinE. In the bottom left, as the blue Protoss, he is Harstem. So, funnily enough, HeRoMaRinE has two options, right? So he can either go for a couple of early boppins and do some early pressure, and that's fine. Or he could actually match Harstem's play, Harstem's insistence to go into a macro game most of the time. And I think where that can be scary, you know, Harstem did a great job against Koss late game Ice and Chrome. I think it'd be scary for most Terran players. I don't think it's scary for HeRoMaRinE. If HeRoMaRinE says, you know what, Harstem, I think you're going to do your thing. I think you're going to get a really fast third Nexus. I'm going to get a really fast third CC. And we're going to see who's going to win with that. I think HeRoMaRinE wins every time, honestly. So, I can't actually think of something that Harstem does that trips up HeRoMaRinE. I think Harstem had a very good series plan in the last series, where he went for charge against the tank pressure that Koss was basically guaranteed to do. The tank play are basically guaranteed to do. I think that was great, but I do think that's just like once in a couple of best of series. Basically, when you actually get to a winning situation, you're up one game, you're up 2 games, then you can start going, I think I know how to hard counter you. But you have to be up in that situation. You have to be confident situation. And, well, Harstem definitely doesn't have no confidence. He's, in general, a confident guy. It's different against HeRoMaRinE. Stargate Opener is the choice to start things off. Apollo is currently covering the Reaper. I am trying to... There we go. Cat. Stargate has not been seen. The Reaper doesn't want to get back in there, but is going to be denied. Reaper wants to be in the main base, and of course he's going to get in there. Oh my god, of course he is. It is HeRoMaRinE. Oh, it even regen, so it lasted a little bit longer. Can't believe this guy. I cannot believe this guy in this fucking tournament. Like, it's like actually not even the biggest deal that happened. And I can't believe it. If it had died with that one shot, I think it doesn't see the Stargate. But because it regen and needed another shot to kill it, I think it did see the Stargate. Anyways. Oh, HeRoMaRinE really mixing things up. It's gonna go for Drilling Claws really fast. Well, I keep saying Drilling Claws and I mean invisibility. But yeah, he's gonna go for Invisible Mines very fast. And hey, maybe he will get Drilling Claws, I don't know. Maybe. He's adding a tech lab to that factory after all. Oh my god, he's gonna do it! So, Harstem doesn't really have a reason to dive that deep with the Oracle or Phoenix to see an armory. It's HeRoMaRinE, who's probably not doing anything too weird. He is, but he doesn't know that. And if HeRoMaRinE would do something kind of weird, it's not like it would be a fusion core back there. So, all he really wants to see is that it's a 1-1-1, and if it's a third CC or an extra 2 barracks, which... all of this stuff gets revealed before the armory gets revealed. But wait a minute, he gets an armory and then doesn't go for Widow Mines? Wait a minute, what the fuck's the armory for then? Is it actually just to make these 2 Widow Mines invisible? This is gonna freak Harstem out. It's gonna be like, what the hell? Wow. Wow. Alright, so Harstem goes for a more typical opener here. Went for a Stargate and into a Colossus. Still a pretty well-timed third Nexus, of course, but no, nothing super, super weird. One of mines are found in the medevac by a Phoenix. They won't quick burrow, and that is a problem right now. So now that Armory is kind of useless, the medevac dies, and this is a fantastic start for Harstem. This is a really nice start for Harstem. HeRoMaRinE, okay, so what does he waste there? He doesn't get anything with a medevac drop, which sucks, but if we're honest, it's usually the case. And when you go up against a Stargate player, you know if you are going to do it, it is sacrificial, so he already knew that was going to happen. But it really sucks he didn't get any damage done. He still has a fast third CC, and he still has the rest of his build to rely on, because obviously Harstem won't be bringing the attack to him. Harstem is macroing, Harstem is playing to his strength, which is macro. Just that Harstem might not be as strong in macro as HeRoMaRinE. We're going to find out. We're actually going to find out. Nothing has happened to change up the game that bad. So we're waiting on HeRoMaRinE's 3cc push, which has been devastating in the past. Charge is on the way. Really nice build now from Harstem. He's super comfy. It's like he's settled into the cushion now. He's really good. Phoenixes can try and get some damage done. Tagging the Raven would be nice. And then trying to snipe that Raven would be even nicer. Yeah. How did the Hellion get in there? Well, the Hellion scouted, I think, things HeRoMaRinE already knew, which is that it's going against Colossus.
You want a piece of me, boy?
But still, always nice. Harstem has really nice map presence. He's got a Warp Prism, his army's on the map, his Adepts are taking control of both Xel'Nagas, which HeRoMaRinE really should get rid of. This might be the start of the upset, you guys. Harstem's in a really nice position. HeRoMaRinE is going to go pretty quickly into a second starport. There's been enough games now that I've seen Vikings get up to counts of 6 or 8. Where, you know, off of one starport. Where I'm like, okay, maybe a second starport isn't strictly necessary. Alright, fine. But he is going up to second starport, preparing for a Warp Prism as well. Scans and sees the army coming at him. Doesn't see a Warp Prism though, because that Warp Prism is preparing for an attack. He's going to draw his army forward. He's got a single missile turret to help against the Warp Prism. A bunker on the third is a really nice thing to have. Beautiful position for a bunker. Everyone should steal this. He's got the Xel'Naga to see if he's being attacked or not. Partial stim. He does love to chase down these Phoenix, and that Oracle got very, very low at one point. But here come the Warp Prisms. Here come the Zealots. Marines, get in that bunker. Get in the bunker. Get it in there. This should not be a big deal. But what at the main base? Dodges and weaves away from that Warp Prism. Warp Prism speed is done. Something that I don't think HeRoMaRinE would have really anticipated. But, ooh, good denial on further Zealot Warp-ins. 6, 7 SCVs might go down. Just the 6. HeRoMaRinE pulls back into his natural and is about to run back into the army. If he's not careful, he sees the stasis trap and is forced to retreat. A big explosion of Dorito dust. But that was an awkward engagement on both sides. HeRoMaRinE going up a ramp through a choke into the army, but Harstem, pre-splitting away Zealots, prepared to harass more than take the main engagement, is shocked to see the HeRoMaRinE army continuing to chase him. He has lost a lot of the buffer, a lot of his important units. A few Archons left over, but those Colossus have nothing protecting them, and that Archon does not have it in him to save the day. The one fresh Archon about to be alone in this world. A Disruptor comes forward to try and help, and Harstem is desperately trying to pull HeRoMaRinE back with a couple of Zealots on that third base, but it doesn't seem to be working. The Vikings land as well, and adding extra damage to all these mechanical units might just be in it to win it. And who was I to think that HeRoMaRinE would lose this game? How stupid am I? He might be losing a bunch of SCVs, but the bunker will eventually take care of things. He's cracking the 4th base of Harstem. He's gotten most of the army killed. He does scan to see 2 more disruptors, but 2 disruptors ain't bad. Good pickup on that tank. Gonna pre-split a little bit, try and grab those disruptors. Forces out the 2nd shot, and that's it for disruptor shots. That is it. GG. Yeah. GG. HeRoMaRinE. I really don't think Harstem thought HeRoMaRinE would run after his army. He was like, I'm in control now. I got the big bad army, but he didn't really. It was a scary army because it had Colossus and Archons, but it wasn't a very large army. And especially when he took away Zealots, the buffer away. He could not take advantage of that choke and that high ground. He could not reinforce fast enough. And his, kind of greed still was reflected there even at 10 minutes. He never bothered getting Blink. And if he did, he never bothered getting Stalkers, even as his Phoenixes got thinned out, even as the Viking count got higher. I don't blame that for his loss, though. I do blame his positioning first and foremost, just not being able to stop HeRoMaRinE from getting that engagement. But yeah, he also didn't have all of the appropriate units as we headed into the late game. I'm sorry, 47ness. I heard the donation and I forgot about it. Thank you very much, 47ness, for the $10. Hot damn, that caster call taught us good stuff. Need to catch up with the rest, though. They are long podcasts, so thank you very much for that dono. Here we are in a game number 2 on Everdream in the top right. He is HeRoMaRinE for Team Mouse. And in the bottom left is the blue Protoss. He is Team Liquid's Harstem. Got himself into a pretty good position, I would say. He was going on to 5 bases against HeRoMaRinE's 3. Had a couple of those high-tech, expensive, slow-building units that you can kind of just go, okay, I got them. Now let's move on to the fodder. He seemed to be in one of the most comfortable positions possible. And then, all of a sudden, he wasn't. It goes without saying, at least I thought, to not fucking spoil it for everyone else. Like, dude. I haven't had to remind people of this in a long time, even though HeRoMaRinE has streamed, like, almost every single qualifier, but yeah. How about we don't fucking spoil shit for people in this chat? You know? Is that cool? Is that good? Is that understandable? Alright then. There is a delay on this stream, and players don't have to have a delay. But if they don't have a delay, they acknowledge the risk that can happen. Stream cheating is the risk. But definitely don't expect a guy like Harstem to do it. I would say, of all the players that we reliably see, none of them stream cheat. It is more of a question when it comes to the guys we don't know. The guys who are found in the round of 64 or the round of 128, right? So just a bit of probe harassment. HeRoMaRinE unlikely to do any one-base builds, but is worth scouting. He's also unlikely to do an armory build, and that's what he did last game, so... HeRoMaRinE, trying to skip the bunker on Everdream, was looking to take advantage of this high ground and kind of bop the Adepts. Kind of a neat move, but doesn't work out in this case. Second Adept joins up and might look to take advantage of the lack of bunker. 3 units, no longer enough to take on 2 Adepts. Reaper's gonna try and be saved, and the high ground is saved. But HeRoMaRinE, not even going for a Heli in this game, is a little weak to this exact type of push. I would say that generally HeRoMaRinE goes for a Bunker and Hellion. Very safe opener, but he's trying to take a risk here. So it's almost backfired, but good control so far. Also making sure to repair up that Wood of Mine is totally worth it. Oh, we got a Dark Shrine on the way for Harstem. No fast third base in this game. He might still get a faster third base and rely on the pressure DTs provide to grant him that, but that would be a risky move. HeRoMaRinE is already on a 3rd CC. He has been loving his 3 CC builds, even sometimes going for a... oh, yeah, this game actually is it. There's no starport. So exactly. Going for a factory, then 3rd CC build. And he has shown great power with this build. It's kind of scary what he ends up with. Even when the Protoss player scouts it, and you think, oh, well, the Protoss player can match his greed. It's no big deal. HeRoMaRinE still raffle stomps. It's kind of amazing. Oh, no. Oh my god, at least he tries to recall. Oh, but the fact that it's already injured and revealed is... Oh, man. This is what I mean, too, you know? Like, it's all well and good that HeRoMaRinE is just, like, the better player. He wins with his first push, or he has more units than, you know, what other people would. Like, that's all well and good. But he just, like, continues getting these things. He finds a Warp Prism all willy-nilly with a Cyclone. His Reaper survives because it regens to scout the Stargate. Like, it's just... Like, what? But... Harstem's build does not work out very well. Gonna go into a Robotics Bay and perhaps go into Disruptors with speed. I think that would be cool. Ah, he's not going to. That's okay. Harstem was born with style points. He doesn't need to add them in Starcraft 2 play. Wouldn't mind going to maybe get a good shot. I think Harstem saw that. Yeah, he did. I don't think HeRoMaRinE 100%. Oh, he did. Oh, he did. Saw the Dark Shrine. Is that why Cyclone was where it was? I mean, I don't care. Like, it was just... It's still kind of amazing that it specifically found the Warp Prism. It could go looking for the Warp Prism because it saw a Dark Shrine. That makes sense. But to find it immediately as it decelerates... Because it's about to warp... Like, what? Hefu. Observer's gonna see the 3rd CC. Harstem wants to do something about it, so it wasn't a Disruptor drop. It is a Colossus drop. Sim combat shields +1 almost finishing, so he's gotta be careful. Don't let those Marines sim on top of him. Harstem did still get a fairly well-timed 3rd base, but, you know, clearly this could have been much faster. This could have not stopped on Dark Shrine and not built a Warp Prism, and still he'd be fine at this point, because HeRoMaRinE wasn't going to push him. Oh, okay. He was supply blocked. And he wanted to start a Colossus. Double medevac drop headed towards the main. Observer is in a pretty nice position. And Pylon, I mean, would have scouted anyways. Scan reveals nothing in the main base. Harstem is responding, but he was all the way at the 3rd with some pretty slow units. He even chooses to recall? That was a little bit odd. Zealot's going down. Stalker's going down. Colossus finally getting on the action. Forces the retreat, but with no blink. That one medevac so low on health is going to survive. 4th base might just get bopped. I mean, HeRoMaRiNE's got better, bigger plans, but that's going to be the next domino to fall. The 3rd base falls, the 4th base falls as well. One of mine's helping against the Archons. Tank not being taken out with any particular haste. He's adding a lot of damage to this push. But there's not much to take care of the 3 Colossus, so... Oh, HeRoMaRinE. He's gonna try and jump top of the Colossus. Not gonna work out. Is also jumping on top of the Natural. Stalkers tried to respond, but they weren't quick enough. I think that was a gateway that just went down there. Dark Shrine might fall as well. Nope, gonna have to retreat. Colossus were responding, but with Colossus over to the right side, attacking the left side. Right, left, right, left. That fourth base is now so healthy, funnily enough, that it is not going to die. Or is it? Colossus need to be careful. They don't have a lot of fodder. They get hit by a Widow Mine. That's still a lot of Marauders with Medivacs healing. I don't know about this. I don't know about this, however. Oh, God, he's going to lose the Colossus. Harstem, no. No. GG. He didn't have much else to defend with, so. GG. Two zero. I feel like all Harstem can do right now is just go, yeah, okay, that guy's, yeah, just kind of, ha, yeah, this guy's pretty good. Pig is casting the potential last map of this tournament, but I made a joke that he's casting because he can't play on NA. And apparently he has not heard the news, so... Tell him the good information. Maybe he won't play random. In the top left on Death Aura, he is the Red Terran, HeRoMaRinE. And in the bottom right, as the Protoss, it is Harstem. What does Harstem do now? It seems like, well, though there are builds that Protoss can do to make Terran respond to them, it feels like no matter what you make HeRoMaRinE do, it seems like he does it of his own volition anyways. It's like, well, I'm going to make you do this. I'm going to make you make a Raven. I'm going to make you build tanks. I'm going to make you whatever. And HeRoMaRinE's like, well, that is easily adaptable. That's fine. And you're like, oh, okay. Harstem tries the DT thing last game, does not work out. Doesn't have a terrible follow-up, to be honest. It wasn't that bad. He didn't build the DTs, so really the Dark Shrine cost, the Warp Prism cost, and then those two things could have been a faster X, Y, or Z, right? But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that committed. And his follow-up was not bad. His army was not bad. It just got out-multitasked, which makes a lot of sense. If HeRoMaRinE had said, oh, I think I could win just by moving literally all of my army into his, he doesn't win then. He doesn't. Shield Overcharge, Shield Battery, 3 Colossus, probably doesn't win with the main push. But because he pulled Harstem apart, he took advantage of exactly what Harstem was weak to. I guarantee so many other really good Terrans just go for the main push. This guy knows what to do and when to do it. I think Harstem is starting to have a little bit of fun here. Salt Shaker. Loses the probe as well. Oh. It's going to be a robo-opener from Harstem. Last time we saw this, it was the first game of him versus Koss. What did he do? What did he do? Let me think here. That was the third Nexus only Colossus game, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. So, unless he slaps down a Twilight Council 30 seconds ago. Maybe the same thing. Adept's gonna try and deny that scouting. It's gonna be good. This time the Reaper does not barely escape and does not see the whole situation here. A Robo Opener can be scary. I mean, if they build a Warp Prism and have a couple of gateways added on here, like faster, or rather alternatively they actually use the gateways. I mean, the Warp Prism just simply hanging around can be a bit obnoxious. It's not a very powerful opener, though. As obnoxious as a Warp Prism is, it's mostly obnoxious because it can warp in 7 charge left at a time, not 3 regular zealots at a time. So if he'd seen the Robo, I guarantee he assumes it's going to be a Colossus build and more of a macro build. My question was, of course, how much of a macro build. I like that he gets 2 gateways first, but it is still going to be a 3rd Nexus. Fairly fast. And he's going to scout. But because Harstem does like his faster Nexuses, this could still be a variety of things. If this wasn't Harstem, you might just go ahead and assume that it's Stalkers and Blink. Observer's being tailed. He knows about it. He wants the Observer. So often the Observer does just stop here, but not Harstem's. Not Harstem's. Medevac drop full of 3 Widowmines this time. No armory included. Headed towards the south will be revealed thanks to a nicely placed pylon, so it should not get a lot of damage done in the natural. If it headed towards the main, there's an Observer and another Observer, so whichever way he went, he'd be scouted. Not expecting a whole lot to be done there. Much more importantly, I think Harstem wants to scout that it's not a fast 3rd CC of his opponents. I think he already did with the first Observer. So he knows to expect a bit faster of a push. Widowmine drop just starts. Ooh, actually committing here. Ooh. I guess feeling the need to commit. Observer is prepared, so these Widowmines really shouldn't get anything done. One just walks into the main base. Scuttle, 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 scuttle. Doesn't get a shot. Scouts the Colossus, which was a given with the Robotics Bay researching, but still always nice. Blink has started up, and Harstem's doing very simple, normal build. Colossus first, then Blink, then +1 attack, and then charge. +1's already started for HeRoMaRinE as he moves out. He actually bypassed an Observer, but was Harstem paying attention? Kind of a cheeky little drop here. You don't expect the second drop. You don't. So I think what he does actually, this is like a HeRoMaRinE specific thing. He delays the reactor, the swap off, builds 1 more medevac to do that. So he doesn't have as many medevacs as you would in 30 seconds. But he has a drop alongside these 2 medevacs, which other people wouldn't have. Yeah. And now he has 3 medevacs to drop. And a tiny little squad that is just enough to rip through those probes. Stalkers in the main do not have Blink and are not plentiful enough to truly stop the drop. Barely gonna grab that 1 medevac, but at the cost of every last Stalker. Robo is depowered, and that single Colossus is not looking too strong. Look at the control from HeRoMaRinE, bringing back the Marines. The Marauders tank the shots of the Colossus. Absolutely beautiful there. Left side Marines are taken care of, so it's not the biggest of deals. Not yet. Widowmine's gonna burrow and get the shot on the Colossus. He's going for it. He finds it, and 5 probes. HeRoMaRinE. God, this guy's so good. Jesus. Can I be frustrated on behalf of every other pro gamer that faces this guy in the finals? Crazy.